Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Lego Sonic the Hedgehog Shadows Escape set. This is set number 76995. It has 196 pieces, and I paid $20 for this set. Now, this is part of the new wave of Sonic the Hedgehog sets, official sets. So this has the Shadow figure, which is great for the first time, I believe, and only time so far. There's also some other ones. I know there's a Knuckles mech coming out, but I have not been able to find that. For whatever reason, I thought all of these new Sonic sets were coming out at the beginning of the year, so like January 1st, but apparently this one is available now, so I decided to get it right away to give my thoughts on it. I don't know if this is supposed to fit in with the kind of course builder, launcher, Sonic stuff or what. It kind of felt like it didn't, which made me more interested in it, and I'm really excited to see this figure. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build process for this Lego Sonic the Hedgehog Shadow Escape, or Shadow the Hedgehog Escape, I wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my channel, subscribe. So we start out building the bike for Shadow here, the motorcycle. It actually was smaller than I thought it was going to be, but it's a pretty interesting build. Then we move on to what I think is called a RhinoBot or something like that, and this was a lot more interesting than I thought, actually. So that was really cool. And then for the last bag of pieces, there's only 2 bag of pieces in here, you know, less than 200 pieces total. We kind of work on this laboratory chamber sciencey thing with some really cool functions that I talk about more in the full review. So suffice it to say, I ended up really liking this set, and now back to my review for this set. Okay, so here is the Lego Sonic the Hedgehog Shadows Escape. This is really interesting and pretty darn good. There's a lot to like here, even though it's a relatively small set. I think $20 is a good price for this. Interestingly enough, the box says Shadows Escape, but the Lego website for the Lego group, their shop at home website, says Shadow the Hedgehog Escape. So I'm not really sure what to call this, but there's a good amount of things to look at here. And the first thing we'll take a look at is the minifigure, which I think I was probably most excited to see, but I think other people may be as well. So here is the Shadow figure. This is a really, really good figure. So you can see we have the nice special molded headpiece that has printing on all these extra little spikes or hair or whatever this is supposed to be on this character. And all that production work is very good. There's printing for the ears in there, or on those bits there. Printing for the eyes is very good. We have a little bit of a mouth, kind of a side mouth kind of smirk there. The nose is good. I think this headpiece is dual molded and then has printing on top, which is very good. And I think it looks so cool with the red and black here. It really looks like Shadow, so that's great. Torso, pretty bare. It does have the white kind of patch of maybe fur or whatever on the chest area there. That should probably be whiter. It should probably be as white as like the feet, the gloves. Even the eyes are better than that, because I think the eyes might be printed onto kind of the tan instead of the black there. So this looks a little too thin, not opaque enough. It should probably be whiter than that. Torso's pretty plain, but that's very similar to Sonic. They just have a little bit on the front. Same with tails. Then we have the legs. There's nothing on the midsection for this one, but we have dual molded legs with a lot of printing. So you can see they're dual molded here looking at the back, but we have these nice printing down in the center there with some red and some gold. And then down onto the feet, we have even more. And there's actually some really fine detail on those feet, which is super nice. No printing on the side, but that's okay. And look at this, printing on the arms. So a little bit of gold around the cuff, a little bit of red above that. Same for the other side. That's super great. Looking at the back of the torso, we just have kind of the same thing that's on the back of like Sonic's torso, same kind of design there. So this is an excellent minifigure in my opinion. I'm really glad they did, printing on the arms, dual molded legs with printing, super awesome head. It's really nicely formed. The production work is really, really good. I think the torso is really the only thing that's not great, just because this white should probably be whiter. But I think this is a really good figure. And honestly, of all the Sonic figures I've seen so far, for the most part, they've been pretty darn good. I think Sonic is really good. Sonic has, printing on the side of the legs and stuff. I think Tails was pretty good as well. And I'm excited to see Knuckles too, because that's coming out as well. So I think Shadow here is very good. And then we have kind of three little things here for this set. So one of the first things that I noticed from the box is this motorcycle here. So 2 wheels, can stand up on its own. I actually wasn't sure how this was built, and it's pretty cool. It looks like a I don't know, like a chopper or something, where it's got this long extended kind of front thing here where it's really bare bones up there. We have some handlebars. They use those like minifigure paint roller pieces kind of to make that. We got a wider wheel at the back, so this can sit like just on its own, which is very good. And it is wide here at the back, but it kind of works. There's room for the minifigure to sit, which is cool. And you can probably get them to grab onto the paint rollers there, which is great. It looks okay with them on there. And I really like this use of a couple pieces here to kind of make the back fender there, which is really nice. And then this is a print on an Exonite shield, and this is a print on a 2x2 round tile there. So printed, no stickers in this set at all, which is really, really nice. So I was so happy to see that those are prints, and it looks pretty cool. You can kind of like flare that out a little bit because it's clipped on, which is nice. Looking at the other side, it's pretty much the same print here, which is nice. We have the red. Oh, it's a little bit tight there, so let me see if we can loosen that up so this spins a little better. We got the red kind of wheel or hubcap rim in there, and the gray one at the back. Again, these can kind of be flared out so you can see kind of more how that's built. I think this is a really good, pretty simple, pretty stripped down thing. They didn't waste a ton of parts. This to me felt like it was going to be kind of the main focus of this set, and I think that's actually not the case. It's just like one component, and I think it's really strong actually. We do have like the lights up front, which can kind of be tilted up there, which is cool, and I love the look of this bike. The one thing I don't love is this right here. So we have an exposed Technic axle piece, I call that an axle or whatever, the plus sign little one, because this is on the kind of 3-pronged angled Technic piece. And so in order to get the angle to attach into the kind of back of the bike and to have the angle for the like steering for the front and the handles and everything like that, they used that piece, and they didn't do anything on this. And I don't know if they experimented with just putting one of those little bushings or whatever different things on here. There are some pieces that could probably fit on that. I don't know, maybe that would look worse and call more attention to it. Maybe they don't make an angle like this perfectly that they could have swapped out with a different part. So that's kind of interesting to me. It doesn't appear to me that it serves any real function as far as design goes or stability goes. I suppose it could be a design thing, although I don't know what kind of detail that would be. If you are familiar with bikes, maybe that's supposed to be something. I don't think, though. It doesn't appear that way to me. So that kind of sticks out. It makes it feel a little bit sophomoric in its design, just because, but also maybe not. Maybe that is truly the best part to get this looking that they could. And there's a lot of other good stuff here. It's just that kind of caught me off guard. I don't often see that, and this is a really good toy, and I like that. Then the next thing you build, and this is in the first bag of pieces, and so is this, And this is the like RhinoBot here. And there is a little, I think this is Clucky or something. So this is one of like the little bird pieces that has the printing on there. These are in like the Dr. Robotnik Eggman mech robot thing. There was a couple different animals that Sonic might be rescuing, and this is the one named Clucky. It's a little bird, so that's good. It's almost another character. And then I believe this is a RhinoBot, and I don't know what the name of this. I mean, is it called Badnik? I don't know necessarily. And this is okay. This actually looks pretty cool. There's some interesting techniques in here, good piece usage. I think it does kind of look like a rhino, even though it doesn't have legs, you know, traditionally, but I like this piece here. Nice use of this piece here. Those eyes are printed, which is good. The whole construction for the head is actually kind of intricate, a little bit finicky, but I think it looks right. We got the little like dual horn there. And this has the a spot for Clucky to sort of occupy, and potentially could be saved by, you know, knocking the RhinoBot over or something with the Sonic in, you know, from the launcher or something like that, or you know, whatever else. So that has a little bit of a function there. This actually has like a little flip thing that could cover that up if you wanted, and then the head has a little bit of movement here, but I think it's supposed to be like this, and I think this is really strong. It's kind of unique. It kind of has like I mean, it looks like kind of a mechanical sci-fi version, but also looks like a rhino, and I think that's what it's supposed to look like. So I actually think this is really good, and not too many pieces used here, but it's got good size to it. I wish, you know, from a lot of the promotional images, you can see kind of Clucky like peeking out the top. That's not really the case here based on how it's built. So I maybe would have liked if there was a way to get them a little more visible, but that's not that big of an issue. And then besides that and the bike, the second bag of pieces is for this Dr. Robotnik kind of laboratory section, and I think this is pretty cool as well. Now I believe Robotnik might make a Shadow as like I can't remember the exact lore, but like a clone kind of, but like a Dr. Robotnik clone of Sonic here. And so they are in this lab, maybe, you know, container thing. Let me see if I can get them studded down in here. And wow. There we go. So like that, and then we can put this on the front, this little clear capsule thing here like that. So I think Shadow's in here. This is stylized like, yeah, just like a chamber, a science chamber, a lab chamber. It's got the red, has a little bit of a sign here that looks like Dr. Robotnik with the kind of mustache and the eyes and the different stuff there. So that's actually pretty good for like a brick built version of that. I think it's recognizable, which is really nice. The build for this is actually not as straightforward as I thought. It's not particularly complicated, but that does have a function that I think is pretty cool here. So we kind of have steps going up here. We have like this caution thing, and then if you can see this peeking up, we have like a I don't know, a gate, sort of one of those like parking gates or something like that. And there's this interesting function here. So when you press down on this kind of striped, you know, yellow and black, almost caution tape looking thing, it will remove the clear kind of half cylinder tube piece for the capsule, and it'll also drop down this gate. So if you go like that, then, you know, Shadow can be released and can hop on the bike and something else, and the gate can maybe be something that stops Sonic, if it were to hit this, it might stop it. And also, this might be something that you could trigger with the launcher and the rolling kind of sonic capsule that they do, or there might be some other way you're supposed to do this, or you're just supposed to do it with your hands. So the way that works is there's a Technic bit through here, and this is just on a kind of hinge, and it lifts up because this is only held up or studded down on one jumper plate in the center. That tile that goes in farther there will push it off and release that, and then on the back side, this rests on there, and so when you push that, it will knock over the kind of gate thing. So that's a pretty neat function, kind of unexpected. I didn't know it was going to be able to do that, but it's pretty cool. I'm glad that it works, and I'm kind of surprised by the sonic functions for the most part. I've actually been thinking they're a lot more successful than I thought they would be. And then there's actually something that I thought was even cooler. The back of this is a panel piece. That is a print. So we have kind of a diagram, a scientific diagram maybe of a shadow, and maybe some different stuff going on, like highlighting the difference or what's special about the shadow character, and some different kind of gauges and waveforms and different stuff back there. So that's just on one of these black panel pieces, and it's got that red printing on there, which is kind of subtle but really, really cool. And that combined with the printed eyes here, which they're on a 1x1, so that makes sense. But the printed tile here, the round one, the printed Nexonite shield really feels great to see. No stickers in this set is so, not impressive necessarily, because I think they should do that more often, but it's just refreshing to see. It's a really good set that is improved. Normally I don't have that much of a problem putting stickers on Nexonite shields. It's not the most annoying part to put stickers on. Same with these round 2x2 tiles. Not the most annoying, although those are a little different because you want to make sure you get the sticker lined up properly with how it's going to stud down based on the way it's supposed to go. And this just eliminates any of that frustration. Now, I don't know the exact reasoning behind how Lego decides what gets a sticker, what gets a print. In my mind, based on what I've seen from Lego recently or in the last couple years, this would have almost certainly been a sticker, and so would the Nexonite shield. And even if they had just a small sticker sheet, that. And I think a lot of people would have been perfectly okay with that. But the fact that it's prints really elevates this set. And so I'm really happy to see that. I hope Lego continues to do that, because that's really, really cool and really interesting, and it opens it up way more possibilities for different laboratory for Dr. Robotnik builds to incorporate this. These could be useful for all different kinds of things, just because they're kind of unique looking little pieces there. These eyes are certainly going to be useful. And so I'm very, very pleased that there's no stickers in this set, and instead it's all prints. And so this set is really great, I think. So I'll show the extra pieces here. Your 1x1s, your studs, your tiles, your slopes, all that stuff. You do get an extra of that eye piece there. So that's good, but your pretty traditional stuff in here, not too crazy. So those are your extra pieces. And this set is 196 pieces, and it retails for $20. This released alongside, or is releasing alongside, I can't remember when this was actually supposed to release, but there's a couple $20 Minecraft sets that are out, which have maybe 205 or 207 pieces. And then there's there's one other set that kind of released at the $20 mark that I can't quite remember what it is. If it was a city set or something. I think there was 2 Minecraft set and then something else. But either way, I think those other sets might have had slightly more pieces, but the difference between 196 pieces and 200 pieces, or 205 or 207 or 210 pieces, is not that big, and it's it's nice that these are all kind of the same price. I don't feel like this is a bad value. I actually think this is a pretty good value considering the prints, considering the quality of the figure, considering the quality of the build and how much fun it is, how the functions work, the kind of 3 unique little components mesh together well. They don't feel too like kind of separate, and they also feel like they could mesh into the course builder a little bit too, and I think people might get innovative with that. I don't know if it's, you know, supposed to necessarily, but it kind of feels like it could. I mean, this could try to run into Sonic when he's in the little capsule. This might be able to be triggered by that. This might stop him. This can be, you know, knocked over by that probably, and free Clucky there. So that's really, really smart and really cool. I think this is pretty great, and $20 feels about right. Now, if it's like, you know, some sets for Lego will go on sale, and 20% off is pretty standard. If you were to get this for $16, I would say that's a really good price. Anything less than that is like really, really strong, because I think there's enough Lego here. The prints and the figure are like high quality. The build is fun. There's play potential, and it just looks great. So this is like a rave review kind of, because I think this is really cool. You know, I don't love this exposed little Technic axle here, and for the most, and then yeah, I don't love how Clucky can't really be raised up out of here normally. So it's a couple minor complaints, but those are not a big deal, and potentially could be. There might be a way to figure out how to kind of adjust that. Certainly this one you could adjust easily enough, but I'm not sure about that. I'll have to do some thinking about it. But I think this is really strong. $20 for almost 200 pieces, a great minifigure with the, you know, special head, with the arm printing, dual molded legs with the printing, all that good stuff is top notch in my opinion. So that's really nice to see. And yeah, I think this is super fair value. I can't wait to see what the Knuckles set will look like. That one is pretty exciting as well, and I think I don't know what it's going to retail for actually, but I think that's coming out soon, if not already out. I'm not really sure. I'm a little confused on the release schedule for these now. You know, so the mech, okay, that mech, it's coming soon. That's 276 pieces, and it's $35. Now that one is a little harder of a sell for value in my opinion, but that one does have 2, you know, figures that are, I'm assuming, going to be pretty good and unique, and there's some different stuff in there. So, you know, I'll probably be buying that, and we'll have to see what the value proposition looks like. From this set, the Shadow Escape or Shadow the Hedgehog Escape here, I think the value totally makes sense. So I really like this. This gets a thumbs up from me, so really great. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Lego Sonic the Hedgehog, some of the previous ones that I haven't gotten around to yet, but also some of the new ones that'll be coming out in the future, but then tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. If you want to support my channel and support my videos here, because I'm not affiliated with any company, I'm not sponsored by anybody, I'm not part of the Lego Ambassador Network, I pay for everything with my own money, which I'm perfectly happy to do. But if you wanted to help support me, you can do that right here on YouTube with membership, supers, thanks, all of that wonderful stuff. And I still have the Patreon. It's on my channel page. It's in the video description, patreon.com/sobricks. And you can get some exclusive stuff, early access to my videos, and some other stuff there. Every little bit helps, and it is appreciated, so I thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.